Which one is this? Grapes. Grapes.
Grapes.
Full glass, please.
No problem. A son in shower.
Exactly. Oh my God, it was a full glass.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I thought your full was full.
Full.
This is okay.
All right. Why is everyone quiet though? Okay, wait. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to that.
And no, you need a refill. Hold on.
Oba.
When the conversation starts.
It's about to start. It's about to go down. All right. So who's gonna start it? You. You look like you're gonna start it. We're waiting on you.
So, we're supposed to talk about adulting, yeah? Well, for me, I don't know how to describe adulting for now. If I was in maybe a social studies class or environmental studies class.
Oh, you're taking me back to class 6.
Exactly. But I think adulting is relative to me. I think adulting is relative, dependent on the environment we find ourselves in or the society we find ourselves in. Because you find yourself in an environment where what you think adulting is isn't really adulting.
Okay, so why don't you tell us what adulting is? In
To
your
me.
yeah.
So I think adulting is when you start really when you start getting the sense of independence. To me, independence of your parents. That's what I think adulting is. That's what I feel. Okay, someone is
Sometimes
really.
you can be independent and still be with your parents.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
To you.
The environment
Yeah.
you find yourself in.
Okay, so to you, when you started gaining your independence from your parents, when you
That's when I started
started
feeling
being
like
an
okay,
adult.
yeah, because someone you could decide not to even be with the parent, but you still be dependent on them. And to me, I don't feel the adulthood shit, quote unquote. You get it.
So
That's to me.
you know what? At this point, I'm leaving the table because I'm not an adult.
Why?
I'm still living with my parents.
No. I'm not
I'm
saying
Oh,
being with your
no,
parents. I'm
that's
saying being
Independent.
dependent.
Easy. I'm
So
still
here-
Being
living.
totally
It's
dependent to me.
Yeah.
So you could tell me what you feel.
What do you
What
think?
do
What do you
think
think
adulting
adulthood
is?
is?
Oh, I didn't think I was going to be the next person to talk. But well, to
Well, you
me,
feel
I
careful
feel
at me.
yeah, I feel adulting is similar to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Once you have to take care of everything by yourself, in terms of feeding yourself, in terms of taking care of yourself when you're going to the hospital. You're the one taking care of the bills. When you come home, you're the one taking care of something that is spoiled, the doorknob, the sink. Everything is you. It's like you're living by yourself. But when you live with your parents, I don't think you're an adult.
Exactly.
Okay, no, but I think
Yeah,
it depends on
Your parents are taking care of you, one way or the other.
No, let's also not forget that one can't be totally independent of their parents.
You can be totally independent of your parents. Obviously,
No,
you're
you
going to
can't
check.
be.
No, obviously,
No one is an
If-
island.
No, if you become an adult,
Yeah.
your parents really do not have that much control over your life anymore. I mean, the respect. No, you give
The
your parents the
respect is there,
respect,
but-
Great.
but
Yeah.
they can't take decisions for you. I think adulting is when you start becoming responsible for your own life.
Action.
Exactly.
Let me get
So,
Exactly
no, your
what I
parents
mean by
will be in charge of
no,
that,
exactly
like,
what I
things.
meant by that's what I was saying. You not totally being dependent on them. For instance, if you are going somewhere, you need to go seek permission. If you're going to do something, you need to. But sometimes you need to seek advice when you hit the
That's
brick
an
wall.
advice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Your parents are always going to advise you, whether you are small, whether you are big, whether
Whether
you're
you're
old.
50
No,
years
but
old.
you know that there are
Advice.
times where they may not get the chance to advise you if they don't know
What is going on?
what is going on.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Once you become an adult, it's your responsibility for you to go to them and say, "Mommy, Daddy, this is the situation in my life, and how can I go about it?"
I think it's up to you to even do that.
Yeah.
It's up to me to tell my mom that, oh, this is what I'm facing, so I need your advice.
Okay.
Because I think I'm grown enough to actually make the right decision.
And I think when you
Good.
become an adult, you also have the right to choose to take the advice of your parents. When you're a child, really, you don't have that choice.
No, when
Yeah, you don't have, you
now
just have to
look.
follow through with everything they tell you to do.
You know, now I have
when you're
dreadlocks.
A child.
Before, let's say 5 years down the lane, I don't think I'll be able to have it. because then my mom and my
Yeah,
dad
you're
they're taking care of me. They tell me
get
what
what?
to do.
Yeah.
Cut your hair and it's gone. But now you only have to adjust
Yeah.
because that is me.
So
I said
that's so there's a level of dependence or independence.
Yeah.
You know, you are winning off of them. You're winning off your parents.
No winning. One off.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm saying
People it is. For some
that's what I'm
people.
saying, that for him, he's winning off bit by bit for the fact that he's acceded to the fact that he's living with his parents, if what he's saying is true. So he's winning off them little by little. It's to get to a point he will come tell his mom and dad, okay, I've been able to buy this place here, I'm leaving.
I'm actually not living with them all.
So that's why I said if what you said was true.
Oh yeah.
If what
That
he
was a
said
lie.
was true. But so he lied. So adulthood, and that takes us to another point. You see, adulthood is supposed to,
It's a scam.
yeah, in the sense that
That's
I don't know.
a huge scam.
Like
yes,
literally.
it's,
why
you
do
see,
no, why do you
no,
think
he
it's
lied
scam?
there,
What
and
we
you adulthood
thought
seems to be like a
adulthood
lie.
is not what it is completely. Because what you see adults do when we're
Exactly.
kids, it's not what we are doing right
True.
now. Like we saw the whole rosy of they would go to parties, come home from work, and then their aunties are at parties and things like that.
Well, becoming responsible is not a scam.
No,
It's a scam to a certain degree.
The joy,
No, it is
the-
not. It's not a scam.
It is to me.
No. What is there to say?
So
that
we don't
it's-
know.
I was
Already-
not. I was
the
not
thing
ready.
we just see the quote and quotes the before you become an adult, you just see the
Ideology.
quote and quotes the right part of adulthood. We don't see the responsible part of it. You get into it and then you realize that it's like you crossing the street, you look left and right to prevent yourself being knocked down by a car. You are trying to cross and then a plane hits you. You get it. Where from this? Because flights don't take this part.
So
Like
a
just
lot of-
hits me.
so what you're
So
saying
you
is a lot of-
are trying to cross the road to go enjoy these rights where you could go anywhere you want at any time. You could do this at any time. You could be on the phone. You sleep at any time. I remember when I was growing up. I know after evening news, after watching Taxi Driver, I know that 8 o'clock I'm going to sleep. So, and no one has to tell me. Like they just look at you and you. But now, what are you going to tell me?
No, I just want to defend
No, I'm just trying to say-
something that
Okay,
my
so-
sister
so-
said here. The thing is, a lot of us when we're growing up, we thought that being an adult is rosy. You get a chance to do anything you want, until you realize that it comes with so many responsibilities. So if you are a person, and at the end of the day, you don't want to be responsible for your own things, you don't want to work hard and be in charge of your own life, then you think that okay, there was nothing really about this adult thing in the first place.
No.
But listen, becoming an adult comes with responsibilities.
100%.
If you
Even
cannot
being a
be
child comes with
responsible-
responsibilities.
But listen, when
A
you
child?
are an adult,
Yes.
but a child
Let's
you
not
cannot
even
really
show
No, the
Let's
reason
not
why
even-
I
cannot
said
really
the
be
reason
responsible
why
for so many things.
No, but it's still responsibility.
Yeah, there are, but you cannot be totally responsible for your own life. When you become an adult, you are responsible. Now, a lot of people think they are adults, but they are not. So
Tell us
that, yeah, a lot
So
of
you
people
think
think they
I'm an
are.
adult?
And the fact that you are grown doesn't mean you're an adult. If you cannot be responsible for your own life,
Okay, makes
and you cannot
sense.
take your own decisions and start the journey to becoming maybe a better version of yourself or becoming that, like realizing that dream of yours, you are not an adult.
Actually,
You
I
get that?
really-
So
I totally
Yeah.
agree with you, but the reason why I said that, adulthood is a scam is because when we were growing up, we didn't see our parents, some of us, when it gets to 7 o'clock, as you said, is you're up the stairs, so you don't actually see your parents struggle.
through-
You don't see them paying the bills.
Exactly.
You don't see them doing certain things. So we weren't used to it. It was just, boom, one day you're 18. Oh my God, the tax man is
Did you
here
say?
with the
Oh, you
paper.
said 8. Oh, okay.
18 or 16.
You don't
like,
see
do
you
know
don't
what
see
I'm
the
trying to
other
say?
side. You don't see
You don't see the
don't
hustle.
see
You don't
the
see what's
hustle.
supposed to.
So you see the apple.
Yeah, you chose
No,
not to.
Some parents
No,
hit it.
some parents.
Hit it.
Really?
Your
No, so
parents-
Oba-
most of the time they won't let you
Your
see.
parents won't let you see that at the end of the month we pay bills.
No.
Let me break it down.
They're going,
Let's
no,
break this-
listen,
let's
wait.
break this down.
They're going to pay the bills. The whole point is the struggle they go through before they pay the bills is what they won't tell you. But at the end of the day, they need to make sure there's food on the table for you.
Yeah.
Bills are being paid. School fees are being paid. That is what they didn't tell. They didn't.
That
tell
is why
No,
at a
but
point
in
in
my house
time
I was told.
no,
You see,
but
if you
but
put it that way, we all come from different homes.
Yeah.
So if you put it that way, okay, my parents didn't let me see that. Did your parents let you see
My
that?
parents didn't let
For
see
me,
that.
obviously, I didn't struggle with anything. I always say that I grew up rich until I realized that really we were not even that rich. No, I'm just saying. I thought I was the richest.
Because wait, then it's given.
Yes.
I want this.
Once I realized that I was not
Mommy,
that rich.
I want this.
I knew.
Oh, hey.
Hair.
You get to-
You either say hair.
Well,
You don't
you
know.
know,
You know what?
You
An
know what?
example
I
is
thought-
I have my little cousin living with me.
Yeah.
Every minute he comes to me, Wesley. Yes. I want this game. Hey. No, you get to be your own.
You get it.
You want what
You
game?
get it.
You didn't have that money
Like,
waiting for you.
100%, but even
But the
those-
person say you
even
think I
those-
have that money too. It's something. You get to know that no, the game doesn't just come like that. It comes
Exactly.
like
No,
Let
but
me
Oba,
remind you,
Oba,
but
Oba,
still,
Oba,
it's a
Oba,
scam.
Oba.
For instance, let me put myself in existence. So my parents moved us when we were quite young to the UK, and at the age of 12, I think one day my dad said to me that, "Come on, let's go see my hustle." And when we went, there was this toilet that he had me clean, and I was like, "Yo, homie, is this this is what you're doing?" When I went home, he said I should erase the memory of it all from my mind, and he just gave me money. He said, "Here." And then I was like, what's this? And even when I grew up, I still didn't remember it until one day I was sitting in my own office and I said, hey, this is our brother we are living here. It'd be silly. It's like we all have to take time to understand what our parents were going through. Now that I sit back and think of what they were going through, for me it was like, oh, my dad just said, oh, this is 10 cities. You, whatever you've done there, take it. Do you know what I mean?
Are you telling me you saw every struggle your parents went
I
through?
never saw every struggle.
When you
Every.
talk about,
And they covered half of it up.
So Oba, let me tell you. Oba, let me tell you. So no,
I don't believe you.
really.
Everything.
So no, is it like your parents sat you down every
And
evening
lecture.
or every week and tell you, okay, so I've been paid. And
But I cried last week in the office.
Yeah, but before
And
I
this is
got
how
paid,
it
or
went.
maybe I was sacked from
That's
the
okay.
office. And I had to go and beg my boss. And even when I was begging my boss said, hey, leave here.
Yes,
and
leave.
I had to go and call this person. And this person, I'm telling you, went through, like, they
Yeah.
told you everything.
Yes, they did.
Your parents are
Wow.
that open.
You know what?
Yes, I knew that my
No,
parents.
I
gotta be that for my children though.
You and that is the way to go. I think that even when it comes to when we get to how do you call it, adolescent, there are certain things that our parents really hide from. There are so many things that needs to be taught our children from a very tender age. And for me, my mom is a teacher. Listen, my mom is a teacher. She never hid anything from me, and that is why today I have benefited so much from everything she taught me, actually, because I knew that I needed to find my own way. I needed to do this on my own, and it like Agoyom just said something. For me, I choose the direction I have to go because my mom told me, listen, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to make sure that at the end of the day, you have food on your table. Nobody's going to care about you. Only us. My parents are the ones who are going to be. Maybe in my house it was so clear, okay. And now that I'm old, I am very. I'll just say I'm a very responsible person.
So are
Someone
you
has to say-
enjoying the
I'm
adulthood?
enjoying. It comes with problems, obviously. I mean, if you're adult,
So you enjoy
it
being
comes with
responsible for everything.
Yes, I enjoy being responsible for my own life. Do you know how liberating it is to be in control of your life?
Well, for
okay,
being
no,
in
because
control of your life,
I agree.
for being in control of your life, I think it comes with a level of joy. But when it comes to you,
Oh wait, hold on. You don't
Paying bills
agree.
and all of this.
pardon?
You don't agree to what she said.
No, listen, Kessie, take your time.
Okay.
Taking care of when you are taking something out in terms of making payments here and there, that's where I don't really enjoy in terms of this whole adulting thing, because I feel like, okay, I worked for this, it's come, then within 1 week there's a problem here. God,
It's really annoying.
ATM has to suffer. You get it, that kind of
It's
thing.
really annoying. No,
See,
yesterday,
well,
I really went through what you're saying yesterday. So
Yeah.
I was just driving in town, and I was told, "Oh, you have a puncher." Meanwhile, I didn't really have any coins on me. I said, "Oh, puncher." I went to a Thai place, and then they said 201. I said, "Hey, this place
So
nice.
it's not easy.
You're going to take 200 cities from me? Oh yeah, take them."
It's not-
You know,
I
the
can't
thing
leave
is
the car there.
I think there was a time Young called me when I was at the office. No, I actually called her with a different number, and then she was like, "Who is there?" I said, "Calvin." We were talking. He said, "How come you're calling me?" I said, "Oh, I had a problem with my phone." "Oh, how did it happen?" I explained to her. She's just like, "Oh, don't worry, yeah, big brother." I was like, "Hey," the phone was like totally condemned. And the following day, like my whole life was on my phone. The following day, I had to go and sort it out. And I was just thinking, I was like, this impulse buying. And that's a part of adulting I don't like. The impulse buying part.
The problems that comes with adults.
The problems, they are usually curveballs. They just come like that. Sorry. They just come like that, and you don't know when they come in, and that's where you see sometimes some people also have the sense of entitlement.
I think it has to do with today's. I think maybe today's, like our generation now, we have the problem.
What's the problem?
Yeah, we have a big problem because a lot of us are not hardworking.
We're self-centered.
Yes, and we think it's
no, it's true.
You say a lot of us are not hardworking. When you say a lot of us,
a majority
are very lazy.
Majority are lazy. They're expecting money to just roll in their bed. Like, come on.
I'm sure you have plans of doing something for yourself in the future, right?
Great. Yeah.
But for now, what are you doing? You're working with a company, and you're making plans towards what you want to do, right? So you're still going through the process. You're going through the struggle to become whoever you want to become. We have other girls and boys who are not going through all these things. They just want to enjoy life.
Let me tell you something. I speak to some friends, and sometimes the first thing that usually what comes to their mind when you speak to them and you tell them that they want to leave Ghana. They tell you they want to leave Ghana, and then you tell them that, when you leave Ghana, you are going to do this menial job, you're going to do it, and you ask them how much are you going to pay? They say, $25 an hour, $15 an hour, $10 an hour, and they're like, man,
stupid.
No, like I'll do it. In their mind they do all the calculations and they're like, okay, at the end of the month I can save.
Forgetting that they'll be paying stuff, they'll be paying bills.
No, but
compared to Ghana, compared to Ghana, I don't think when you tell that person that
to do it in Ghana,
the person is
no,
but
the whole
point
how much will you make as a
the whole point is she said something.
No.
Opese will call outside, right? Who call it? So what are you going to do when you're here? You need to find something to do.
They feel the system is not paying enough.
No, but that's
not rewarding.
That is the
I am not working with the system.
And the truth is the system is not rewarded. That is the truth.
No, it's not the truth. There are people who are
getting paid. That's not true.
It's the truth.
There are people who are getting paid.
Listen, it's not the system.
You know what? Let's
it's
calm
the
down.
system that's making people that way. It's the system that makes people look like they are not hardworking.
I mean,
but there are indices that show that majority of West Africans that are outside or in Europe, most of those who are most hardworking are Ghanaians and Nigerians.
Yes.
Very, very hardworking. These same people immigrate to those places and then they are ready to break their backs to just make sure they bring a lot of money back home. If the system in Ghana was as rewarding as it was there, you would have seen the same efforts here.
But it's true. What you're saying is true and I agree with it totally. But the thing is, we are not there. So what are we going to do with the situation?
That's my point.
What are we going to do?
Listen,
what are we
there's
going
supposed
to
to be a push and pull. It's a push and pull. It's supposed to be outside then. So principles of management, carrot and stick principle, where when you do very well, you get the carrots. When you don't do very well, you get a stick. But over here, you try your best, you do everything you want to do, and the carrots that isn't even coming to you, the person is in pain to even give you the carrots. The least mistake, the stick comes very quick. That's how the system is over here. So, am I encouraged to work in such a system? No. Even if it was a company, if Ghana was a company, a lot of people
have a choice.
You don't have a choice, but that's
so you have to make the best out of what you have.
The best in what? The best in what?
Listen,
find
you have
something
to make the best out of what you have.
I think somebody from outside, when I come to Ghana and I hear people talking about Ghana is not working for them and all this kind of stuff, I get very frustrated because I'm like, if you all leave Ghana, what is going to be of Ghana? And at this day and age,
but if we leave Ghana,
if we all leave Ghana, what's going to be of Ghana? What do we leave for our children?
But everybody doesn't have the same opportunity, but somehow, some way, they're still making it.
Yeah,
great.
There are people who I can tell you that they had nothing, but now if you see them, Charlie, the car they are driving, me safe. I don't
think you want to travel outside to do what you want to do.
Working hard. If you're going to be honest,
you have a plan.
The things you're talking about, you are. How old are you? And you are riding what car? And we are trying to say it's hard
but
work.
what I'm trying to say is that no, it doesn't matter how old you are, and that's the thing about Ghana is that we made age such
exactly. That's the problem. In Ghana, we've drawn a scale. We've drawn a scale. 0 to 8 years, you are entitled to this. 10 to this, you have to get this. From year to year, you have to get this.
Listen, let me just be clear on this.
It's not the system.
No, let me tell you, the system has made it in a way that by 35 years, if you're a well-made person, you are lucky to be I'm telling you this thing.
It is wrong.
It's the system.
It is not the system because there are people who are 17
in Ghana.
And
And
No, show me why. No,
maybe she's 17 and she's
maybe she's 17 and she's making. No. I heard to say that they didn't inherit
There's how do I say it? There's people who are coming from outside who are investing in people, and that's what we're refusing to understand. Yes, we've asked for investment to come from outside, and these people are coming in and they're looking for youngsters to invest into their projects. They're actually 17, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds who are getting investment.
Why is it Range Rover?
No, it's not about a Range Rover. It's not about what there is. Some people don't even have a Range Rover. They're saving up to make something of themselves or build a house for their parents. It doesn't matter. You see,
there are exceptions. No, what you're talking about. No, I think it's a 12 I understand what you're talking about, but it's just a few people who get this opportunity. But the situation,
and even with that, it's called networking, because if you don't network, you're not going to get that.
I mean, right now, people are doing things with TikTok. And people are making money. Things are changing.
Legit money.
Things are changing.
And even that platform is not even from Ghana. The platform that today a lot of us are benefiting from, Instagram, this online thing that we are benefiting, it's not something that came from us. We are just taking advantage of something that was developed somewhere to make money for ourselves. I'm talking about the way our system is crafted. It's difficult for a 20-year-old boy or girl to be rich in this country.
Okay.
Even 35 years, it's just like the grace of God.
I understand where she's coming from.
When you're happy, I said a lot of us are lazy, not because I'm saying that you should be having a Range Rover by the age of 30 years, but a lot of people, I mean, let's just work with our system.
See, in plain language,
some people are not even trying to work hard to get what they can get from the system. That's what I'm talking about. People are very lazy.
I'm going to speak Chi. I'm sure you understand Chi.
Oh my God, so that's
Speak Chi. Maybe I use here. The youngsters. They don't exactly, they're not patient. So everybody is in for the new iPhone. Like, say, office I used to sue there. Some people, and then me, I did my national service. I did national service. Though the money wasn't big, I was still doing it because at the end of the day and at the end of the month, I can use that money for something else. But see,
how much did you take for your national service?
599 or something.
I think we took 350 moved into
but you know, I was still going to do it. But and then there's some people don't even want to do the national service. They just feel that it's a waste of time. I'm going to send someone's office for them to send me to go buy beans, wachi and all of that. I'd rather stay home. Now everybody wants to do the, excuse my language, fraud and the hookups. They want quick money, easy money.
That's the issue.
See,
but quick one. So, per his comments, if we all agree, then it shouldn't be that the person is not hardworking. It's about patience. It's about pressure from society too.
No, people are
it's about fraud. Of course, we learn.
No. I'm talking about for you. Hardworking. No. I'm coming. Let me break everything down here. So, you sitting down behind a computer, taking your time, trying to find a client to fraud isn't a lazy man's job.
I agree though.
Isn't a lazy man's job at all. It's not a lazy man's job. So you won't tell a fraud guy that a fraudster that he's a lazy person.
He's a lazy.
No, I disagree with you. You know why I disagree with you? There's nothing easy. No, there's nothing easy. There's not even at the hookup point. Do you know the kind of
styles?
We are on this camera. I don't like that. See, the kind of styles you're going to take.
So that's not easy.
Something you're going to take in there. Can you stand it?
So
at the end of the day, there's nothing easy. I used to say that singing was easy when I was a kid.
No, it's not the work you do for the 2 hours. But being lazy is like you just
2 hours.
No, you're talking about sex, right?
Did you say 2 hours of sex?
2 hours of sex. No,
I'm
just talking about
Cheers.
What I'm saying is the laziness comes from maybe if you have to be with a man for 2 hours, that 2 hours you make your money. But someone who doesn't want to do that this sex thing or this hookup thing will have to work for 30 days just to be able to get 500 seats.
So should I tell you
That's
what
we are
Bill Gates
talking
also
about.
said? Do you know what Bill Gates said? They asked him recently what he looks out for when he's recruiting people. And he made mention of the fact that they set out a task and they look out for those who are lazy and they employ them, because the lazy ones are those who try to find
quicker ways
to solve the problem so that they can just go and sit and relax.
So now
You
they are
get
looking
it?
for lazy people to
So
employ.
no, he
They
said,
are more
he said
employable.
for him, he looks out for those people because
Who said that?
Bill Gates.
Bill
He was saying that he finds those who try to find the quicker ways. They want to finish quick and just lazy about. So
I
with
can't
them,
believe
so
now
with
lazy
them,
people are more employable
no,
than
so
people who
for
are
him,
No, no,
so
no.
for him, because
It's a
from his
tactic.
point,
from
no.
this point of view, he says
It's a tactic.
because to him he feels there's a lot to do in his firm. So if you're able to finish a particular task quickly, you're able to move to the next one. When you finish, but for those who are quote unquote overly hardworking, you try to go through.
They're so detailed.
Yes,
Is that how it's
it becomes
supposed to
so.
But now I feel we've shifted the whole conversation to lazy people.
We've not shifted because
Oh, we're
the
still
No,
in it.
because we still in it because a lot of people have the mindset that adults are lazy,
Yeah.
and the adults in Ghana, I don't think that's what I'm saying. That it's got to do with being impatient. It's about the patience. Now listen, a lot of people start business and then they feel they heard a story about someone who started selling maybe wachi, and then they heard that the person makes profit of 10,000 cedis every week. So I start selling wachi. Okay, then let me try. I'm selling wachi. At the end of a particular week, I make 100 cedis. I tried out for 3 months and I've never hit that 10,000 pounds.
Which
I've stopped.
those are people who think adulting is a scam.
They feel like
We-
once they head.
I
So
disagree.
We have
I
two
disagree.
successful businesses.
I
We
disagree.
do not.
Tell us why
I
you disagree.
disagree.
Kessie, why do you
I have
disagree?
been there before.
Tell us.
I started my business, I think 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Down the lane, I'll start to almost say, Sika with you. I say, hey, sao. And yet, because me say Sika with you, I'm cooking because I actually love to cook. But the whole point is, everybody that would hear you say, oh, you cook, they'll say, oh, then there's money in cooking, so you should keep going. And by the end of the month, I'm not even making close to what I've heard people, make.
No, but
I'm
how
still
long
selling them.
did those people cook before they got that
But
money?
you see, it's a process. Sometimes some people are
The
lucky.
process
They
is what
start.
people don't want to
No,
go
you see,
through.
some people start and it goes well for them right from scratch, and then in the middle
Yes,
there's going to be
confidence.
some sort of ups and downs.
Okay.
But for me, I started with the whole downs and downs and downs and downs. Everybody thought it was going
No,
So
well.
honestly,
you ended up discovering
going
oil.
down, yeah.
You're just going down.
It's
You're
just
discovering
going
oil.
down.
No,
See,
no, but you see, the
I
thing
start and I quit. I
But
start
is
and
it
I quit.
better? Is it better now?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
started, you quit, you started.
Oh, I stopped I stopped like 4 times before I
Ah,
finally
it's going
said,
well.
okay, you know what? I think this is it.
So you
I
can
need to
let's
do
do-
it.
let's do totally.
What?
No, but you see, there's people.
It's just
like-
perseverance.
let me-
It's
let
just
me- let me say
perseverance.
this.
Exactly.
Let me
He's
say
making a very vivid point here.
It's just
what changed is
perseverance.
perseverance.
Thank you
And
very
that's
much.
what a lot of people don't
Because
know.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I don't want to be
Sometimes
lazy.
it's
I don't
not
want to go to
easy.
somebody to beg for food or
Yes.
beg for money. My idea of whoever I want to be in future is to be able to take care of myself and live a very comfortable life. So if I'm going to do that, then I need to make sure that whatever plan that I
has to work.
have or that I had, I need to work towards it. I didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then maybe
that
things
means
won't
we're
even
meant
go
to
well, but I'm still not stopping.
You don't even have
Because at
that
the end of the day, when I
patience to
stop,
wait.
what am I going to do?
Resilient
I don't want to
to
sit in anybody's
But I
office.
think one thing that
That is
adults have to
true.
learn who are starting business is they have to learn how to do things in a group.
Systematically.
In a group, like
How?
in the sense that when I'm about to start a business, I should know that I can't do it solely.
There are some businesses you can do so.
No,
That's if you can't do it
No,
solely,
no,
you
that-
have to look for
if
See,
you
on a-
need
on a-
help,
somebody-
you should see
Ask
people
for help.
who are like-minded. You work with them. Most of the big companies that we
you
know
can
didn't
actually
start
do it by
alone.
yourself.
No.
They didn't start alone. Let's take Microsoft. Never started alone.
all of them had even
No,
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 wait,
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 wait.
wait.
See,
But
I-
you
I-
can't-
no,
no,
it's
you
not
can't
even
do
handle
it.
things.
Wait,
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
think
wait,
of- see,
guys, wait.
I have a
wait,
friend
Wait.
who runs a delivery service. He's running it solo by himself. He has other bikes, but he's doing it by himself because he doesn't need anybody. The only thing he can do is to seek advice from people he's seeing doing the same thing and are doing extremely
That's
well.
That's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
the
That's what
principle of business,
Tell
let me
us.
bring it up. The principle of business, yeah, someone who's been in business for 8 years. The principle of business is that no matter what the situation is, you can't do business by yourself. For instance, not when I mean business by yourself, it doesn't mean that the person has to be joining your business. No, it doesn't work that way. It could be advice, like you said about your friend. But what it is about business is that whenever you fail, you need to look at the niche or whatever the grasp that you guys have that you filled with and work with it. And you see, Ghanaians don't have the patience to know what the niche or whatever that failed in their business.
No, it's not Ghanaians. It's a certain generation. No, don't say
okay,
certain
generation.
Don't have the patience. And those people are the ones who think that adulting is a scam.
No, but let me say this something. Our parents also have a big contributing factor to this whole thing.
How?
Because there was, for instance, for me, my dad was an entrepreneur. There were several things that my dad did as an entrepreneur he never told me about. So I had to figure it out for myself. And even when I was figuring it out for myself, my dad was not there to tell me that, look, don't do it this way, do it this way. And you see,
but you know what?
Did you seek advice?
I seeked advice from other people who had worked underneath my father when he was alive.
So your dad was not alive?
My dad wasn't alive. But I seeked advice from people who worked underneath my father. And those people were not of help. They weren't people of good value to my business. You see, there's a thing. Once you're moving, as the years are going along, things are changing, things are developing. The people who we are listening to, are they in these times where things are developing, or are they in things that are in arcade? Things that are not working anymore, things that are not going to make sense. And that's why I said, when you have a business and you fail the first time, look at the specifics, why has your business failed? Work on it. That is a niche in its own.
I understand what you're saying,
but Ghanaians don't have the time.
We say we cannot take advice from people who are probably not living in our time, so they don't understand what it takes to live. No, I'm just making a point.
Okay, cool.
They don't understand what it takes to be a person living in 2020. No, let me say a person living now. You know, if you say that, no, I disagree. Because the truth of the matter is, okay, they may not necessarily have business, but what we are talking about, patience really has nothing to do with you lived in this time or you are living.
There's a general principle.
No, it's just something that you need to. You know that if you start something, and it's not going to happen at the
blink of the time. That's true.
And if you don't have the patience and the resilience to come back when you fall like he did, and now you're already benefiting from your business now. But in the beginning, really. You understand? So we just have to have that kind of thing. We have to put it embed it in ourselves at this time, because the world is changing, and with the influx of technology and how things are going these days, sometimes really you can actually sit at home and make some money. So if you feel that, okay, this company thing is not going to work for me and TikTok is where I'm going to make money, then concentrate there and make it work. But lots of people will not even do what they're supposed to do, but still want to live the life, and it doesn't happen like that.
Oh, preach on, sister, preach on.
I
totally feel you.
I feel the sense of entitlement is also
sense of entitlement. Yes,
springs up from the environment most people grew up from, or from wherever they find themselves at a point in time, because people get to, usually you tend to see that change in most people when they maybe end up in tertiary institutions. They get to the university, they see, okay, this person, they find themselves in a particular sect, and they see that this particular sect, maybe 5 out of 7 friends are driving cars. So why is it that myself, I'm not part of this 5 of the 7?
What if I'm coming from a rich home?
No, that's what I'm saying. That it's the environment they find themselves in. So they feel like, okay, I find myself in a group where majority of us drive cars, but for 1 or 2 of us, and I feel like, nah, I need to get this. If my friends are doing this, so they try to find shortcuts, quotes and unquote, and there comes in the sense of patience. There's no sense of patience. Always trying to find a shortcut. And you know, when you get, there are certain things when you get them too early, cases people will say, "F-no." Do you get it?
Hey, what does that
mean?
My
people wait.
What does that mean?
Like you become too
fed
up with it.
Okay.
Because at the age of 17, you drive a Range Rover. By age 20, what do you want, a plane?
Private jet, PP.
You get it. You're like, oh, okay, so and when you. So we need to build a sense. I think it's also supposed to be incorporated in most of the children, inculcated, let me say, from the very early ages. While you're going to school, you get to know that like everyone is on life's path. We all have different routes. When you see someone taking a particular route, don't force to get into that person's lane and take that route. You need to continue on your path and make sure that you achieve what you have to achieve. Slow but sure. If you get, it's satisfying when you're able to get things on your own, as you say, responsibility. That's the fun part of adulting you really love. Where slow but sure, you get what you really want when you know that you did it by yourself. Yeah. As long as you know you did it by yourself, it's satisfying. You sit sometimes and you're like, I remember when I was doing my service, I sat in my room and I saw my gadgets. I saw the television, I saw the fridge, I saw everything. I was like, okay, so now I'll look at them and I'm like, oh, it's not expensive. But then I was like, look at what I'm earning look at what I'm earning. But I've been able to save up and get these things for myself. Like, I was like, oh God.
No.
Like,
I understand where you're coming from, because I've said the same thing to myself not too long ago. One time I was just in my apartment, I was looking around, and then I looked around and I was like, so this was this. I put this for that. I didn't take this money from my parents. My own money. Oh wow. I need to relax. Like I think
you got that.
Hey, we're there. We're going.
So you see, it's a step by step.
It is a step
and
by step.
A lot of people have to. I think we could also help people in maybe tertiary, wherever we find a lot of peer pressure happening. We could also help them to know that life is in stages. You're not supposed to rush it. Because I remember when we
rush, really get depressed.
Seriously,
a lot of our generation are so depressed. They're so frustrated because every day when they wake up, oh, okay, my friend is driving the car. When am I going to get a car? Okay,
my friend is married.
Hey, my friend is married. By force, they want to be in a relationship so they can get married. Oh, Jesus, my friend traveled. Hey, I need to travel tomorrow.
There's a talking about traveling. There's a page on which I am is a sports page, and the late part of last year, COVID hit last year very seriously. So a lot of people were indoors and all that. But getting to the end part, a lot of people started traveling just like that. Like they don't even tell you they are traveling.
Yeah.
All you see is then a picture. Hey, you stump. We call it stumping. You stump. So like within like 4 months, like 10 people had left. And then to tease you, they'll say, you don't get, if you get money, stamp. If you have money, then travel. So it became like a lot of pressure. People be in people's inboxes. Do you know any agents who help with this? Do you know any person who help? So you get a lot of peer pressure, and they feel like I'm way behind in life because person A has traveled, even though I completed school with the same person. The person has traveled, and I'm still in Ghana. I'm even walking. I don't even have a car. I don't have a bicycle. I even asked my parents for airtime. Listen, we have to let people know that things can change. It takes a minute for life to change. It takes a day. Let me just digress a little into politics here. No one ever knew that one day Mahama will wake up a vice president and sleep as a president. Things just change like that. And that's where people have to know that the efforts they are putting into getting to where they are is not worthless. It's really worth it. You have to bid your time. Take your time. Get to know that this I'm doing, as long as I am very, very true about myself and I'm sure about where I'm going, I shouldn't be scared of making mistakes. I shouldn't be scared of the fact that I'm going to hit the wall and never coming back. I should be sure of the fact that when I hit the wall, I'm going to persevere, continue going and going.
I hate the fact that I'm even using myself as an example, like every now and then.
Yeah.
But there was a day that I actually cooked just for 3 people. I just had 3 orders. And then I told my brother, I think I stopped cooking. This is not making sense. I can't go to the market and come and buy food. Now, see, one day I had to give food to influencers. I was like, oh, you know what? Today, I know people won't buy the food. We had just 3 orders for 4 orders. I was like, okay, now we have about 10 food. We're bringing you food. Some of them posted, some didn't post. It's like, okay, cool. And then I sat down. We got just some chicken change money. And I said, hey, Charlie, I think I was like, oh, relax. And I'm the film. Oh, wait, I'm going on a quick break. I was giving up by then, and then I said, oh, you know what? I think I just need to go somewhere, clear my mind, and then come back. And then that was it.
Of new ways.
Yes, and that was it. I came back.
The second time you were looking for opportunities.
Did you say second time?
I
I
mean,
put
when
about
you
3
came back.
times.
What?
So maybe
This man
I don't
is
think
a cat.
No, I mean,
9 lives.
The one that worked, actually, I'm sure you looked for new ways. What I'm saying is, there are certain people like this hard work thing. I mean, we are all supposed to be very hardworking. We are supposed to invest in whatever we are doing, but also looking for the opportunities. It's also supposed to be taken into consideration, because you cannot be sitting down and say that you just want to cook, in your case, cook and not really look for the opportunities that's going to make that business big. Okay, you can't just sit down and say I'm doing this and it ends there. If you want to grow, there are things you need to do. There are steps you need to take. There are opportunities you need to grab to grow. I'm saying this because a lot of people want to get to a certain level, but they are not even investing themselves to be able to
Get to that
level. You want to be a TV presenter. What are you doing for yourself to be able to merit that position? You cannot just sit down and wish for things to come to you. You have to take the necessary steps to get there, and you have to prepare yourself to a point where when that opportunity comes. I always tell people that when I'm looking for an opportunity, I go out there, look for it for myself, or I put myself in a place for opportunity to find me. So if I see that, okay, maybe this person is looking for someone that I think I can be of help to that person, or I think I'm the person is looking for, I'll try and be me follow nipa in a way ni be bomb so. You get it? You have to work smart. They say hard work. Work smart also. Look for the opportunities. Don't just be there and say that I'm working hard. 10 years, I'll be 10 years
So
coming
there's
at
a
the
lot of
same
people.
level.
There's a lot of people that the opportunities are right in front of them, but
They don't even
don't
see
see it. And
Some people are so scared. They see it, but they are
recently,
scared.
I had an altercation with somebody because there was an opportunity that came lying right in their face, and the person was like, "Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm doing this by myself." And I looked at them. I just started laughing. I was like, "God is giving you a sign. Like, flipping look at it. Like, sorry to say that, but just look at it. Like, look at your surroundings. It might seem
some people
weird.
need help, so
No, but
they
some
might
people
not be
need
seeing
help,
it,
but
but
some
you
people
need to
don't
show
know how
them that,
to
oh, that is it
accept.
there.
No, some people don't know how to accept help. There's some people who need help, but they don't know how to accept help. Do you understand? In Ghana, we're so complacent. And it's not only Ghana, but mostly around Africa, we're so complacent because we feel like, okay, we're gonna get here, okay, then I can fly out, and then everything will be fine.
Flying out is not part of the plans. I don't understand why
It's
people
not. It shouldn't be.
I know somebody who said he was going to fly out like 20 years ago. The person's still in Ghana. I don't know what kind of flying, if it's a mosquito flying or
It means
maybe it's
just flying at night. But I think we should find. Since I started, I think we should end with Oba starting across the start by ending. Oh no, end by telling us. Sorry.
Hey,
Start
what
by
are you
ending.
saying?
Let me-
I need this. While we are ending, I need this. While we are ending, I need this. So Oba could tell us what she thinks the since Oba actually doesn't see herself to be part of our generation.
Oh wow.
Oh, she said that.
Yeah, she said that.
Give me that.
She said that she's not a 90s person.
No, because I just don't like things to be handed to me like that.
Yeah,
I like to go out there.
She said she sees herself as a 70s person.
The whole point is
She sees herself as a 70s person. She sees herself
I'm
as
a go-getter.
person. Yeah.
Like
That's
So
right.
Oba can tell us what you think, like what people from your side, the 70s, could tell those of us on the 90s what we should do.
Then I'm 80s.
Everything takes time.
Yeah.
Everything that you begin, it takes time to grow. Sometimes you're lucky, it starts boom, you are there. But normally it doesn't just happen boom like that. It takes time. So have patience. Look for opportunities. Invest in yourself. I have a project called the Better Self program, and currently I'm doing this personal development series on my Instagram at Obakasa, that a lot of people are advising people, people who are there advising the youth to, take their time and be patient with these kind of things, because really success doesn't come overnight. And a lot of the youth these days think that like when you start, it has to happen. It's not going to happen. Go out there. Nobody's going to hand anything to you. If you don't put in your hard work and look for the opportunities, it's not going to come. I am a typical example. Listen, I have always wanted to be on TV. I've been saying this story all the time. I've always wanted to be on TV. I was not getting the opportunity. I went to a TV station myself to demand that opportunity. At least started there. Now I started coming on TV little by little. I used that to build my social media. Coming on
And
TV.
she's still coming. Hey, which of the coming? Sorry.
Water. Give me. I need water.
On you.
Oh.
So I started appearing on TV little by little on someone's show. Now I use that to build my social media platform. I started getting popular a little bit on social media. Now Nanaba Nama saw me, he called me. You know, so I put myself in a place for opportunity to find me. You can't just sit there and say I want to get here and just be there. It will never happen. And that's when you end up saying that adulthood is a scam.
No, I feel like you're fighting with us.
No problem.
No, but it's fine. We'll talk about
Franklina can also tell us what she thinks. Franklina can also tell us what she thinks, and then from Kes's perspective, he could also tell us, and then I think we'll be done with the adults and
So who's going next? Me?
Franklina.
Who's Franklina?
Sorry.
You call her Franklina's your girlfriend.
Sorry.
Your girlfriend's called Franklina.
Give your
It's
final
fine.
words.
Kes, give your final words.
Alright, sure. So I mean, she said most of it, but if you want to be somebody in future here, you need to work towards it. Don't ever give up. It's actually very difficult, but if you keep pushing, you're gonna get there. You should always tell yourself that you're going to make it, whether you like it or yes. It is a must for you, because you can be like the man sleeping on the streets. You can't be like that lady walking around and begging people for money. That is not your portion. So whatever you want to do, whatever you seek to do in the future, whoever you want to become, kindly work towards it. Like she was saying, she wanted to be a presenter. She pushed and pushed and pushed, and today she's there. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I'm pushing. I'm there, but I'm still pushing. So whatever you want to do, just do it, and don't use the shortcuts. The shortcuts will end quickly. Use the right path. That's it.
Man like Kes.
Yeah.
Come on. I think for me, everyone said what I needed to say, but I'll say to everybody that no matter what the situation is, just keep your head high. No matter if your business is feeling, you feel like your business is crashing down, just keep it going. If your business fails, try again. If your business fails, try again. If your business fails, try again. And you will get it right. Some way or somehow you get it right. Seek the right opportunities. Make sure that you have people who love you around you. I mean, I met you guys tonight, but I mean, I feel like I have a family right now. But make sure that you guys have people who love you around. And please, Ghana is not the end. What? Talk. Ghana is not the end of you, and you can make Ghana something. So be patient with yourself. When I mean be patient, if you're depressed, seek help. Like, it's okay to not be okay. It is okay to know that this is not where I need to be. I need to be somewhere further. It's okay to dream, but don't be jumping hoops. Like, take steps, baby steps. You must be able to, as a baby, you come out, you're carried. When you're carried, you crawl before you walk, before you run, before you get to where we are right now. And yeah, so that's my little advice.
Okay, so I'm not going to say much. All I'm going to say is just a few words. Things we should never underestimate. We shouldn't underestimate the power of desire, consistency, and prayer. That's all. Yeah.
So first,
Man of short words gets very, very wise.